Welcome back, my mainframe friends. It's me, Steven, with New to Z, and today we're going to be going over one of the most useful line commands you'll learn as a new programmer, and that is the copy line command. And this is kind of different from the ones that we've used before because we have to use it in combination with another command. For that reason, I call it a combination line command. I don't really know what other people call it, but let's take a look at how we do this. So I have a temporary COBOL file set up here, and we're going to be working in this file for the remainder of the video. So we'll start by taking a look at how to copy a single line. And that's the easiest of these commands because just like insert or delete, it requires a single character. In this case, you guessed it, that letter is C. C as in Charlie. And in order to use that, we're going to place our cursor anywhere in the line command area. And in this case, we're going to place it here. And I'm going to type the letter C, and then I'm going to press enter. And as you can see, we have triggered a message. And that message is up here in the top right hand corner. It says move copy is pending. What does that mean? Well, anytime we get a message like this in the top right hand corner, it's called a short message. And if we want more information about it, we can simply press the F1 key. And in this case, it's telling us, hey, you need to use either an A, a B, or an O. Now, we're not going to get into what O stands for right now. We're going to focus on these first two right here, which are A and B. A stands for after, and B stands for before. And so what it's saying is, okay, you've told me you want to copy something, but you haven't told me where you want me to put that after I've copied it. So just like in Word, where we have to copy a line and then paste it on a new line, we have to do the same thing in the ISPF editor. And in this case, we have to use another line command. So let's press F3 to get out of that message there. And then I'm going to place my cursor here on line 620, and I'm going to use the before command because I want my comment to occur before this line happens. So I'm going to type the letter B, and then I'm going to press enter. And just like that, we have copied and pasted a new line. So we took a look at how we can copy a single line. Now, what happens if I want to copy and paste multiple lines? Well, if you remember in insert and the delete line commands, they accepted a number directly to the right of the character. And it's the same process with the copy line command. So if I come down here to line 100 and I enter C, and then I enter a number, in this case 3, because I want to copy all 3 of these lines, then I'll come down here to line 1000 where I already have a similar paragraph, and I'm going to type the letter B for before, and I'm going to press enter. And as you can see, we've now copied multiple lines of text. Now, technically, there are no wrong ways to do things. However, there are some gotchas when it comes to using a numeric copy, just like with a numeric delete. And what are these? Well, with a numeric copy, if I come over here and let's say I accidentally delete this 0 here, then I type C, and then I come down here to line 1100 and I type the letter A for after and press enter. Well, you can see that I now get a command conflict. And what is this? Well, let's press F1 and find out. So it says A is within the range of the C command. Correct one. So what it's saying here is, hey, you want to copy 10 lines, but you also want to insert it 4 lines into that 10 lines. So you can't do that. So I either need to copy less lines, or I need to find a line further down to paste this into. And this can be one of the dangers with using a numeric line command, is you can easily make errors. So I generally don't use numeric line commands. All right, that said, let's press F3 to get out of this. And we're going to fix this by simply saying I want to copy 1 line. after the display line. And I'm going to press enter, and you can see that we were able to do that. So in this section, we learned about copying a specific number of lines, and we also learned that there can be some gotchas when copying a specific number of lines if you're not paying attention. So we're back here in our code base. I've cleaned up a little bit, and now we're going to take a look at the copy block line command. And this is just like it sounds. If we were in Microsoft Word, we would select multiple lines of code to copy or multiple lines of text to copy, and we would say Control C, Command C, and then we would find the new line we want to put it on, and we would do Command or Control V. However, this isn't Microsoft Word. This is the ISPF editor, so things are a little bit more manual than that. And if you remember about block commands is instead of having a single character like C, we use two characters, such as CC. And then we find the last line that we want to copy, and we type another CC on it. And at this point, I have always pressed enter, and we've got a move copy pending message, and then I tell it where I want to copy it to, if I want it to be before or after, and press enter. We can speed that up a little bit. Instead of pressing enter, I'm going to leave my block line commands here between lines 100 and 300. I'm going to move to line 1000. I'm going to type the character B for B4. I'm going to press enter. And you can see it's the same as if I manually type something, press enter, move it to another line, press enter, except it's just a little bit faster. And so now we've learned how to copy multiple lines of text in a way that's not as potentially dangerous. So in this video, we've gone over 3 ways that we can copy lines of code. The first is using a singular C, that's Charlie for copy, and then we can use C followed by a number to copy a specific amount of lines, which is one way of doing it. And then we found a better way of doing it using the block line command. And remember, we use that with a CC on the first line and a CC on the last line, and it will copy anything between those two lines. And lastly, remember that in order to use a copy command, we also have to tell it where it needs to be copied to. And we do that using the A for after or B for before line commands. This has been Stephen for New to Z. And if you found this video useful, please remember to like and subscribe it. It really helps. And may the code be with you.